All right, we're gonna learn how to make flashcards today, all right? So if you have your index cards, we're gonna use the lines, okay? That's already here to make your flashcards. But then if you don't have index cards, that's fine. I'm gonna show you how to do that. So I'm gonna start with the people who have index cards. So even though you have index cards, I would try to get something to make it straight. Your line straight, it doesn't have to be straight as possible. Use the lines that are already there. So don't skip the lines, all right? So for example, and remember, you don't have to use a ruler or a book. But I would like for you to try to get the lines as straight as possible. So in order to do that, gotta go kind of slow. Try to get it as straight as possible. Try to do that, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and use this book for my second line, just to show you. All right, so if you don't have a ruler, you can find a book, something of that sort. All right, so remember, I didn't skip a line. I used that very next line. Do the same thing right here, but I'm gonna use my hand and just freehand it. All right, so if you want to use a book or a ruler or some type of straight edge to get your line straight as possible, do that. If you're doing freehand and you find out that your hand really can't stay too steady, go ahead and get something, okay? Boom, so we've done that. All right, now, same thing if you don't have a ruler or anything, if you don't have line paper and you just made your flashcards, you'll do the same thing. So I'm gonna come up here. I'm gonna try to make this line as straight as possible. There's one. I'm gonna bring my book down. Make another line. That's two. Bring my book down. Bring my book down. That's three. Got four. Then my last one, five. All right. So once you've done that, now we're gonna go ahead and make our treble clef. All right. So remember, in order to make a treble clef, you're going to first start by making a 6, starting from the top line, going all the way to the bottom. And make sure that circles around that second line, all right? So make a 6. Then you're gonna make a D, uppercase D up here, all right? And from that D, that line from that D, just gonna come down and make a J. Boom. All right, and once you've done that, I need you to do that with 4 other cards, okay? So you're gonna do that with 3 other cards to have a total of 4. So once you're finished, you should have 4. You should have 4 of these, all right? Can't really see too much. Let's see if I can. Boom. So now you should have 4 cards, okay? Let's get back there. Now, we're gonna make letters, or we're gonna make notes on each one of these cards. So this first card, or first off, we always know that this is, the second line is G. So we're gonna draw a note on G, and it's gonna be a line note. All right. So I'm gonna draw a line note, and you gotta make sure that that line is going through the middle. We know now that this is G. Do not put that on the front. You go to the back, and I'm gonna put G. All right. Make your G look better than mine. So I know that this is always G. Now we're gonna go to the next card. Now we're gonna put a note on the third line, and hopefully you can figure that out. If this is G, this space has to be A, then this has to be what letter? B. Yes, correct. You said it correctly. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw a note on my third line. And because it's on the third line, I know it's B. And that line is intersection, so I'm gonna flip to the back. And I'm going to put the letter B, all right? For some reason, I had G here already, so I'm gonna go ahead and erase that, all right? I can't find my eraser, so I'm gonna just do this. So I'm gonna put B. This card is B, okay? Third line. I'm gonna go to my next card. Now I wanna do the 4th line. 1, 2, 3, 4th line. I wanna do the note for the 4th line. So I'm gonna do a note right there. And because I know this is G, this has to be A, this has to be B, this has to be C. So yes, you guessed it right. That has to be D. So I'm gonna put D right there. Okay, so I know that's D. Now for the last one, I'm gonna do the top line, which is the 5th line. I'm going to draw a note. Make sure that that line is going in the middle. And if this is G, if this is A, if this is B, if this is C, if this is D, if this is E, this has to be F. So I'm going to put F on the back. Now, what I'm going to do is now, I'm going to try to memorize this. So I'm going to just look at these cards and try to remember, oh, this note that is right here on the top line, it always has to be F. And I'm just going to study these cards just like flashcards to help us out with our note identification. Okay.